Welcome, listeners, to a really unique deep dive today.
hmm
We're exploring a piece called The Quiet Strength I Carried. It's by Marcy Schaaf.
Yeah, it's a dedication to her mother, Constance. Really personal.
It really is. It gets into that whole um, difficult experience of watching someone you love change, become someone new.
Right. And it's about her mother's, her quiet love and the preparations she made.
For Marcy, her youngest child.
Exactly. And what's so compelling, I think, is how this intensely personal story actually gives us these universal insights.
Into what? Caregiving?
Caregiving, definitely, but also change itself and those unspoken family dynamics. When illness comes into the picture.
It's about navigating love when everything feels like it's transforming.
Precisely. Love through transformation.
Okay, so let's unpack that time before the surgery. What was life like then? Marcy was the youngest of 8, right?
Yeah, the only one still at home. And she sensed something big was coming.
And her mother, Constance. How does Marcy describe her?
Oh, vividly. She paints this picture of a nurse, a Catholic woman, mother to all those kids,
8 kids. Wow.
and someone whose coffee pot was just always on, always ready for visitors.
The kind of house people just dropped into.
Exactly. She laughed loudly, loved company, and apparently the house often smelled like chicken and dumplings. That really gives you a sense of her, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
That vibrant before personality.
Mhm.
So full of life.
Mm-hmm.
But then things started to shift. The seizures.
Right. Subtle at first. Her mother would just pause, maybe mid-sentence.
Rub her fingertips together, blink.
And then just continue on like nothing happened.
And Marcy, even as a kid, she started noticing. Telling her mom.
Yes, and they began tracking them together
Yeah.
in a little notebook.
Wow. That detail. Tracking them together.
It's incredibly poignant, isn't it? It shows this sort of early, quiet way they were coping together, a shared secret almost. And it really raises that question, How do families adapt when someone's health is changing, especially if the person themselves isn't or can't fully acknowledge it?
It puts a lot on the other family members. Silently.
It really does. They take on these roles.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Marcy's dad. He didn't want the surgery.
No, he was hesitant. And Constance, her mother, she waited.
And Marcy felt her mom was waiting for her.
Yeah, she had this intuition, even as a child, that her mother was waiting for her to grow up a bit more.
That's heavy. The preparation was quiet, but so deliberate.
It leads right into this crucial part of the story. Constance started teaching Marcy life skills.
Like practical things.
Very practical. Just in case, she said. Just in case I don't survive.
Oh, wow.
They planted a garden together, so Marcy wouldn't worry about having enough to eat.
A garden.
And they made quilts, so she wouldn't worry about being cold.
That's profound, isn't it? Expressing that deep love and worry through actions, not words.
Exactly. A quiet love preparing for a possible absence, making sure her child would be okay.
And Marcy's reaction through all this.
Yeah.
She was just a kid.
It's striking. She says she didn't cry, didn't complain. She tried not to ask for anything.
Don't want to add stress.
Right. So their days filled up with what she calls busy work.
Busy work. Like what?
Sewing, gardening, cooking. They used the St. Leo's Catholic Church cookbook, things that kept them occupied.
And things her mother could still do because she couldn't drive anymore.
Precisely. It shows this incredible quiet strength from Marcy, too, carrying this huge emotional weight.
Yeah.
And that busy work, it was a coping mechanism, wasn't it? Filling time with love, with purpose, while these huge anxieties were just hanging there, unspoken.
Makes you think how many kids do that.
Yeah.
Just try to be strong and quiet. So the day of the surgery finally comes.
Yeah. Marcy remembers her mother hugging her, and Marcy just held her breath.
And when her mother came back,
She was different. That's the word Marcy uses.
different how?
Yeah, you've
Physically.
Physically, yes. Her head was shaved. She had double vision. She tired easily. But also, behaviorally,
Her laugh wasn't the same.
no. And this stark contrast, it led Marcy to feel like she had two moms now.
One before, one after.
Exactly. A feeling she never said out loud back then, but felt every single day.
Gosh. That's a lot to hold.
It really is. This idea of dual love, loving the person they were and loving the person they've become.
She missed the mom who danced in the kitchen,
Right.
right? The one who just opened the door for neighbors.
Deeply, you can feel that longing. But she also loved the mom who came back.
Even with the new difficulties, the frustration, losing track of time.
Yes, because that new mother, she was still caring, still looking after her family, still cooking.
She still had that quiet strength.
The same strength Marcy had learned as a child. But maybe expressing herself, her thoughts, her feelings, that became harder.
Whether because she chose to be quiet or just couldn't find the words.
It's hard to know. But despite all that change, some routines did continue.
They still sewed, cooked.
Yes, and sat in the garden. Those shared activities remained. But, Marcy says, something unspoken always sat between us.
That phrase, something unspoken, it really captures it.
It does, and it brings up that huge question. How do you grieve someone who is, well, still right there in front of you?
Yeah. Marcy says later she didn't know it was okay to grieve that change, that loss.
So she just smiled, stayed quiet. Because, as she puts it, that's what strong kids do.
Oh, that just highlights the burden kids can carry, doesn't it? Thinking they have to be silent.
Absolutely. Those unspoken things shape us, sometimes for years before we even realize it.
Like Marcy did looking back.
Exactly. She wished someone, anyone, had just told her, it's okay. It's okay to miss who she was.
But even through the silence, she knew her mother loved her.
And she loved both versions of her mother. That capacity to love through change is just central.
The author's note adds some important context too, doesn't it?
It does. It reveals that Marcy, being the youngest of 8, really did carry a lot of this alone, quietly, trying to be strong.
And it really hammers home that main message.
Yeah. It's okay to grieve change. It's okay to love someone different than who they used to be. And it's okay to say it out loud.
Powerful stuff.
The story explicitly says it's for anyone who's watched a loved one become someone new.
And for any kid who stood by quietly, just unsure if it was okay to feel all the things they were feeling.
Constance, her mother, passed away in March 2020. She was 80. But Marcy says her strength, her love, still guides her.
And the source also includes something practical, right? Ways to handle big feelings.
Yes, which is fantastic. It lists ways for kids, or anyone really, to cope when someone is sick or life feels upside down.
Yeah.
And they're the exact activities Marcy and her mom did.
Oh, that's brilliant. So things like...
Okay, so plant a garden. It's calming. You watch something grow, even just a small pot plant.
Right. Grounding. What else?
So, or make something. Using your hands to focus your heart, like making a pillow, or even just a card.
Okay.
Cook comfort food. Making those familiar family recipes, like the chicken and dumplings they made.
That connection to tradition.
Exactly. Then draw or write. A way to get feelings out if talking feels too hard. Drawing, making lists, even just scribbling.
Letting it out visually or on paper.
And finally, stay busy but gently. That busy work idea again. Folding towels, sorting buttons, stirring soup. Simple, repetitive tasks.
So these aren't just, like, distractions, they're actual tools.
They're emotional outlets. Marcy emphasizes you don't have to say everything out loud.
But you can feel it, move through it, and make beauty from it.
Exactly. Finding these quiet, constructive ways to process huge, difficult emotions.
Wow. This deep dive into the quiet strength I carried, it's a stark reminder of what families go through.
It really is that silent strength, the silent love, the silent grief sometimes.
And that enduring bond between a mother and child, even as it changes form.
Yeah, and if you zoom out, look at the bigger picture, it just underscores how important it is to acknowledge these complex feelings.
When someone we love changes, whether it's illness or age or anything, really.
It's like giving permission, isn't it? Permission to ourselves and to others to grieve what was lost.
Even while you're still loving, still embracing what is now.
Precisely. It's not either. It's both hand.
So thinking about this whole story, what really stands out to you for our listeners to maybe chew on? It leaves me thinking, in what ways do we, maybe without even realizing it, carry these silent burdens for the people we love?
That's a big question.
And how can we get better at creating spaces, for ourselves, for others, spaces where it genuinely feels okay to say it all out loud?
Even those really hard feelings, like grieving someone who's still right here.
Yeah. Especially then. How do we make space for that full spectrum of feeling?
That's definitely something to mull over.